Jacques Blau putting up a 61 there. You must have seen that on the scoreboard. You must have been aware that you now had a target to chase, and it was actually a pretty damn good target.
I played with him Thursday and Friday, and Thursday wasn't his day, and I thought, that's him out of it. I don't have to worry about him. But as I walked onto the course on today, I mean, he was just up there. But I must say that he played very well on Friday when we played together. He started making putts. He was hitting great shots both days. So it was just a question of how low can he go for the rest of the weekend, because Thursday the putts didn't drop for him, but Friday it did. So yeah, I mean, he played very well. He put me under a lot of pressure. But all the guys kind of firing out the blocks early was also, it made me feel at ease and feel like I can just play my game, and then I would kind of wait for my turn to make my birdies.
And then final question for me, Tshwane Open. It's a really nice second European Tour title to have.
Yes, tick another box. Yeah, it's perfect. Obviously playing at my home course and winning this. I mean, I never thought as a kid that I'd play a European Tour event at my home club, Pretoria Country Club, and I mean, it's just unreal.
Questions?
George, you started just with pars and that. How important was that birdie on 6 after a really great drive as well?
The first 5 pars were actually all according to plan. I've played those first 3 holes probably 1,000 times in my life, and I know they are actually the trickiest 3 holes on the golf course. Because you go out and you think, you can birdie the second, birdie the third, but you've got to hit good shots into all the greens, you've got to hit good tee shots on all the holes. And I knew, especially now with the 4th playing as a par 4, I knew the first 4 or 5 holes, it's not where I want to make my charge, because it's too early in the round for that kind of stuff, but it's also very easy to drop shots there. So I was quite satisfied making pars on the first 5 holes, and I knew as soon as I stepped onto 6, that's where I kind of let a little bit of steam go, and I always hit driver if it's downwind. If it's into the wind and cold, I won't, but any heat and downwind, I'll definitely drive on 6, and I always kind of start to play aggressive when I get to the 6th hole.
How far was that drive?
I don't know. It was far. It's further than I thought. When I hit it, I was like, it's a bit skinny, a little bit low, but I think the low worked out nicely, so I got a bit more roll when it covered the bunkers.
And you mentioned targeting 17 for a birdie, but were you frustrated at all? I mean, towards those last sort of 4 or 5 holes, you had quite a few looks at birdie.
No, I've played. I think the thing with this golf course is I've played it so many times. I know there's no given birdies. I mean, you've got to hit good shots and you've got to try and make birdies. But the nice thing usually is that 17 and 18 are usually birdie opportunities. They obviously took away the 18 birdie opportunity, but I kept on focusing on knowing that I've got another opportunity. So it kept me a little bit more patient, and I wasn't getting frustrated with making pars. And I guess that kind of helped quite a lot, because if I had to get frustrated, I might have dropped a shot here or there.
How important was it for you, just in terms of your career, that there was a bit of pressure on the back nine there, and you managed to stay patient and see it through?
No, I had a good game plan for the week mentally. I mean, golf-wise, you never know what you're going to get, but mentally you can always prepare for every situation. I mean, you could get thrown in a lot of situations, but it's up to you about how you're going to handle it. And today was exactly how I wanted it to kind of play out. I mean, I wanted to be under pressure. And obviously, you'd like to win by 5, but it's nice to get into a situation where you got to you're tied for the lead most of the day, and you got to make a birdie to beat the guy. So it's winning from the front is something I've always wanted to do.
George, just talk us through that tournament defining 17th.
Went according to plan. Driver, chip, putt.
George, that chip,
The chip
follow
out.
up with that question. That didn't look like an easy one.
I was in that same spot 2 out of the last 3 days, exact same spot. The first 2 days, I was a couple of yards further and I could hit nice flop shots, but actually yesterday I hit my tee shot a bit right, and I thought, I might have that gap between the bunkers, and that was yesterday. I might have that gap between the bunkers where I can run it up, and I could actually hit a normal shot yesterday. So today I was walking up, I don't know what to expect, I don't know where the ball was, but I always knew that I have that backup. There are gaps through the bunkers there, and I guess just knowing the golf course helps.
George, on 16 you took that tiger line over the tree, and on 17 that chip. How was your mindset different from the first win?
Yeah, the first win, it was I guess you get those phases. I mean, the first one I was behind on the front line, in front on the back line, so it was almost like aggressive and then conservative. But where today, it was just consistent, aggressive, with a bit of cleverness, not just going blindly at every flag. But no, I was just hitting the ball well, and I on 16 I was just outside kind of 7-9 range. But I thought if I hit a little draw, keep it kind of 6 yards, 10 yards right of the flag, and try and draw it, but then the wind will hold it kind of just right of the flag, but the wind didn't hold it. But I felt like I hit a great shot. I wasn't very nervous. I just picked my spot and I went at it.
Nice to win in that start.
Lovely, love it.
Any stop.
Yeah, correct.
George, you seem to have simplified your pre-shot routine a bit from how it was earlier in the summer. Is that?
That's hopefully part of the plan.
Yeah.
You got to make things a bit complicated to figure out where the simplicity in it is. So it's, yeah, I'm trying to make it simple, but you got to figure out all the technical stuff and then work from there. But it's nice to see that it's kind of paying off little by little. It's not perfect in any way, but at least it's consistent enough to win tournaments. Now my dad phoned me yesterday. He says, there's 6 of you guys. I mean, it's not in any one of your hands, because if one goes out and shoots 60, there's nothing you can do. It's not like you're gonna go and shoot the 59 just because the oak shot 60. So it's I told my dad he doesn't have to give me too many lectures. I've got a nice little mental game plan. I've got this. Just chill. I've got this. Yeah, and obviously drawing, like I said earlier, I drew on kind of club champs experience. I've played this course in every kind of situation, and now I've played it in the biggest situation that we'll ever have on this golf course. But yeah, drawing on kind of just being patient and trusting yourself. I don't know. There's golf, there's golf.
George, talk to us about the fans out there. I mean, it was pretty big, wasn't it?
Yeah, I loved it. No, it's kind of like when you grow up, you dream about kind of getting a nice big crowd. It almost felt like the crowd was getting bigger and bigger. As I walked from the putting green to the first tee this morning, I could see there's a few people on the first tee. I was like, oh, that's average turnout. But I went the long way around, and as I kind of got around the corner, I just saw there was like 100 people just standing around the corner there. It's like, oh, that's more like it. I'm glad there's lots of people showing up. And I guess as the day progressed, I kept looking at the other groups and I didn't see so many people. But our group was well organized and great support. I mean, it was unreal. I had a lot of friends who recognized a lot of people in the crowd, so it's nice to have that support.